sports than Game 7. That's exactly what we have. Welcome courtside, Maria Taylor, the Hall of Famers, and Payton Pritchard, Carmelo Anthony, Vince Carter, and Tracy McGrady here with you. And Payton, thank you so much for joining us. But I got to ask you first, with the news that we're just all finding out, when did you learn that Jayson Tatum wasn't going to be able to play in this game?
I didn't learn until I got to the arena today. I went about my day, the normal, phone off, took my nap and everything. So, but I mean, it's, you know, you got to play the game. So people gonna have to step up. We gotta figure out a way to win this game.
Hey, Game 7, it's quiet. Noise is quiet right now. What do you do to get yourself locked in? This is win or go home. What do you do? What is your routine on a day like this?
Yeah, you know, people ask me that too today, and to be honest, it doesn't change. Like, I prepare every game like it's a championship. It is Game 7 every day. It's a preseason game. I'll go through my routine like it's Game 7. So when I get to a moment like this, it's nothing new. So at the end of the day, it's basketball. You know, I love it, and we're going to go out and we're going to compete.
You've been so effective for this team coming off the bench. Can you tell the people your approach and your role on how you, when you step in the game, what is it like you're looking at that you need to do to put your imprint on the game?
I mean, coming off the bench, it does allow me to see the pace of the game. And at times, if we're playing a little slow, I go into the game and try to ramp it up. And that's just easy stuff like getting the ball out quick, pushing the pace. But the only thing I try to focus on is just the energy. And like, when I get on there and I get the opportunities, be aggressive with it and have the defense feel me.
So let me ask you this real quick follow-up. What if the energy is really high and, you know, that's what you bring? What do you do then?
I mean, if we having some turnovers, you can tell that, you know, the flow is off, then it's my job to come in there and maybe get a paint touch, a good shot rather than a rush shot, stuff like that. But that's the point guard side of me. So
I want to ask you about a Game 7 morning routine. Like, how do you prepare for yourself in the morning? Getting up, breakfast, what are you eating? For young guys that's out there who's about to play in a win-or-go-home type of situation, what do you say to them as far as getting up and preparing yourself for a game like this?
I mean, for me, it's, you know, I'm getting up, having my morning coffee, but then I'm in the gym. I'm eating breakfast, obviously, but then it's weight room first. I'm sure as you guys did, 30 minutes in there, and then my court work don't change. It's 30, 20 minutes on the court, then cold tub after, lunch, go home, take my nap, and then head to the arena. So
all them young boys don't get in that cold tub.
It's part of the routine.
Right. I got to ask you, Payton, and we've been talking about this series. We were able to be in Philly, and it seems like it all hinges on shooting for you guys. When y'all run the tape back, are you getting the looks that you want? What's the difference between a good shooting day and a poor shooting day, especially in this series for the Celtics?
I mean, obviously, at the end of the day, if you ain't making shots, it's going to be hard to win. But I don't like the narrative that it hinges on shooting. I think it hinges on our energy. When we're getting offensive rebounds, when we're getting stops, stuff like that, then shots become easier because we're getting second chance points, stuff like that. So after looking at the film and stuff, I think we lacked energy at times. We lacked physicality. Stuff that like kind of made us good in the regular season. So, you know, obviously going into tonight, that's a focus. Can you outwork them?
All right, we appreciate the time. Payton Pritchard, 32 points off the bench in Game 4. He stopped by before he gets to shooting. Payton was ready to rock and roll. We thought we were going to have some time, and he was already here, okay, because he's on schedule. Right. He said, girl, absolutely not. What we're not going to do is have a narrative that we're having some poor shooting, okay? Yeah. It's physicality. Let me ask you, do we agree with that, with what Payton's saying, that it's hinging on energy for them, offensive boards? That's what the Celtics should be focused on here?
Sure, you're gonna miss and make shots, right? But I think it's the energy is what infectious to your team, right? Everybody feeds off of that. You get those offensive rebounds, kicking it out for those wide open shots, and that gets your team going. It gets the energy in this building going, and you feed off of that type of energy.
I think it's not seeing the ball go in sometimes tends, you know, this is I mean, they're predicated defensively, but when you're not seeing the ball go in, that kind of kills your motivation and your morale sometimes. So yes, I understand what he's saying, but as a team, if you're been practicing all season to shoot, and it's not going in, sometimes you don't know where to go from there.
Absolutely. The energy comes from them making shots. If they making threes, right? If they making threes, then their energy is a lot different. But also early in the season, I agree with him 1,000% because they were energetic. They were coming out and attacking you defensively. They were offensive rebound. They was diving on the floor. The ball was, you know, creating energy. So when you're not getting that type of energy, you're not going to make those same shots that you was making early on in the season. So I do agree with Payton saying that his energy and the threes, they got you're a live by, die by team, so you can't get around that. listen, you got to make shots in order to win this game today.
Yeah, the numbers when we crunched it is basically if they shoot under 30% from three, it's been a loss in this series specifically. Let's get back to the Jayson Tatum piece of this because he's averaging a double-double against Philly, 23 points and 10 rebounds. We take him out. Remember, they've spent the end of the season getting him into the lineup and building the chemistry and making sure that they're playing the way that they want to play with them. Now he disappears for Game 7. That does what to your team, Melo?
Well, I mean, Payton said it. It's the next man up. We've been through this situation before. Jayson has been out throughout most of the season, came back towards the end of the season. But the Celtics has been through this. They've been through this already. They got guys that understand what this moment is. They're the king of Game 7, so everybody know how to come out here and prepare themselves. But losing JT for Game 7 is a big miss. I would say that because they're gonna miss his playmaking ability, his scoring, and his takeover, you know, at the end of the game. So I'm just glad that just sit out, get your body right, and we get a chance to see Tatum next year again.
And that's the one thing I would say. They've only had him for a sample size, 16 games
of the regular season.
But prior to that, they've had to figure out how to win and propel themselves to be number 2. So at the end of the day, it's back to what we know. Let's go out there and do what we do. Obviously, you need to make shots, but the wonderful thing about Boston is that they're at home, so they get to go out there and do their thing.
And JB, it's JB time now.
But we need that guy right there to hit some shots.
Yeah, they need
Derek White.
Yeah, for sure.
Listen, this has to be one of those games where JB has to play really good this game. He has to be great, right? Because MVP level, because he struggled the last 2 games. But this Game 7 is not really all on the superstars. This is those games where you have the Payton Pritchards have a big game. Like I go back 2022, you had, you know, Grant Williams, big game in Game 7 to push them forward against the Bucks. Go back even further. Kelly Olynyk back in 2017 had like 26, 27 points to advance them. So it's one of those players coming off of your bench that is going to be the unsung hero tonight.
And the beautiful thing about it is no Jayson Tatum. It allows for that because now you don't have to play through Tatum, Brown, and everything. And it kind of the pecking order, everybody kind of moves a step up to where Derek White gets more touches. He has the ball in his hands a little more to make plays. And we've seen over the course of the year, he's been great for them. Playoffs, not so much, but this is a chance, particularly at home in a Game 7.
I must say it adds another shooter on the court with JB as well. So instead, not that Tatum is not a shooter, but when you have the other guys that are shooting 40%, right, and they know where they're getting their shots from, I think it'll be a little bit more comfortable in setting for those guys in this position.
Yeah, Derek White, he's shooting at 25% from 3 throughout this playoff series, but during the regular season, remember, 66 games without Jayson Tatum. One thing we came to know him as was defense and knocking down threes. That was definitely huge for the Celtics. Okay, let's get into the 76ers side of this. You get to the arena. Now we just find out there's no Tatum, okay? Whatever the plan was defensively, it changes a little bit. No?
No, not Philly.
Nothing changes in your mind. No. You just found out one of the all-star T-Mac. Nothing changes.
I think it does, and I think it does from this standpoint.
It's scarier.
This allows Paul George to just focus on Jaylen Brown now, right? This allows guys to just focus up on their matchup, whereas PG had to really think about Tatum and JB. I had to go back and forth. Now it's me and you, JB. I'm gonna try to cut this water off Joel, right? Now this opens it up at the rim for Joel because that's one less body out there. Jayson Tatum, a very good defensive player. Joel is at the rim tonight. He should be at the rim tonight. Maxey, right? Yeah. That's one less defensive player from Boston who could switch off on him and continue to get into the basket. So I think it do change a lot of things for the Philadelphia Sixers. And they when they walked into the arena today, they was walking slow. Then they heard that news and they picked the pep in their steps. So I think Philly is feeling good about coming into Game 7.
Season games together. They've got 3 this postseason. They are 2-1, and they've looked really good. I mean, it's almost like we've been watching the evolution of the 76ers this postseason, adding Joel Embiid back into the fold.
Well, it's quite simple when you're adding a big man and he's the MVP of the league. I mean, it's, you know, right? So that's someone that you could play through, whether it's inside or outside. Joel Embiid, he just knows how to play the game, and it's real scary when he starts really putting his imprint on a game in interior. They have no answer for that. And if he's making his mid-range jump shot, it's going to be a long night for those guys. But the thing that Cater has to do is just be smart, right? Keep himself on the court. Make sure he keeps Joel in front of him. He has to brace for that physicality because that's what Joel Embiid is going to bring. But when he's making that mid-range, he's really tough to guard.
Would y'all agree? Yeah, I feel like if you're Philly, I'm featuring my first 3 or 4 plays, Joel Embiid, to set the tone.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I just want to make sure.
The reason why I'm going to do that because I think Cater is the best at guarding him. Like Vooch,
I want to put it together.
Vooch and Garza have a very hard time trying to guard him down there.
1% today.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whether it's 1 rebound, 1 loose basketball over there, 1 box out, I think whoever is willing to give that 1% today.
What it's going to come down to.
What it's going to come.
Which
The
is
stars going to be stars.
Sure.
The stars have to be stars today. One of them other guys, we talk about the other guys all year long.
Yeah.
This is the time that some of them other guys have to step up.
Yeah.
Who that will be, I don't know yet.
We're going to find out soon. Listen, now 1%, that's what Game 7s come down to. That's exactly what we had here tonight. Let's talk about a meaningful moment. For today's meaningful moment presented